People sign contracts, purchase cars, and even lend out money to their friends on a daily basis. However, not all agreements are a legally enforceable contract.
There are 5 requirements that must be met for a contract to be recognized by the court. These factors are used by the courts to determine whether agreement should be upheld in the court of law.
5 components of a legally enforceable contract are offer, acceptance, consideration, capacity, and legality. These will be covered in the video along with practical examples that demonstrate how contracts operate. An offer is the first component of a contract. An offer is a precise and clear commitment made by one party, referred to as the offeror, to engage in a contract with particular conditions.
For an offer to be enforceable, it has to show intent, because the lack of seriousness or certainty, statements of opinion, advertisements, or vague comments typically do not qualify as an offer.
I might sell my car for around $5,000 someday. That is not an offer. I will sell you my 2018 Honda Civic for $5,000, and I'll keep the offer open until Friday is a legitimate offer.
Lastly, an offer can terminate in a number of ways, such as the offeror withdrawing it, the offeree rejecting it, time passing, or either party passing away. An offer can no longer be accepted after it has been terminated.
I will sell you my 2020 Grand Cherokee for $17,000. It has 50,000 miles on it. I'll keep this offer open until Saturday. Although Bella doesn't respond right away, this offer is still valid because it shows specific terms, identities, and the subject matter, and it clearly shows intent to be legally bound.
When an offer states a time limit, the offeree must accept within that time. If the offeree does not accept within 72 hours, the offer automatically expires. After it expires, the offerer has no obligation to sell on these terms. Acceptance is the second component of a contract. When the offeree accepts the precise conditions stated in the offer, it is considered accepted.
The mirror image rule states that acceptance must precisely match the offer. This becomes a counteroffer that rejects the initial offer if the offeree modifies or adds any terms.
The offerer must also be informed of the acceptance. Generally speaking, unless there is a prior agreement or a continuous pattern of conduct between the parties, silence does not constitute acceptance.
Unless the offer specifies a different rule, acceptance is often controlled by the mailbox rule, which asserts that acceptance takes effect once it is sent rather than when it was received.
I'm selling my purebred Shih Tzu puppy for $1,200.
I'll take the puppy for $1,200 only if you include all veterinary costs.
No. Ashley did not accept the offer as is. By adding new terms, she made a counteroffer, meaning it was not accepted.
Consideration, or the value exchanged between the parties entering into the agreement, is the third component of a contract.
A bargain for exchange is necessary for consideration, which means that each participant must give up something of legal value, including cash, products, services, or a commitment to act or not act.
The invalidity of prior consideration is a major constraint on consideration. The requirement is not met by a promise given in return for an action that has already taken place.
Additionally, consenting to carry out a task for which you are already legally required cannot be used as consideration for a new contract according to the pre-existing duty law.
Bella agrees to clean a living room every week in exchange for $300 per month. This agreement has consideration because both parties exchange something of legal value, services, for money.
Capacity, or each party's legal ability to comprehend and engage into a legally binding agreement, is the fourth component of a legally enforceable contract.
When their impairment is evident, some people, such as minors, mentally ill, and impaired people, do not have full capability.
Contracts involving minors are typically voidable, which means that once the minor reaches the age of majority, they have the option to either enforce or disaffirm the agreement.
To guarantee that their essential wants are satisfied, minors are still legally accountable for contracts covering basics like food, clothes, shelter, and medical treatment.
A 17-year-old signs a contract to lease a car for 1 year, but later decides they no longer want to lease. Because the individual is a minor, the contract is voidable, meaning the minor may cancel the agreement.
Legality is the last component of a contract. For a contract to be enforceable, it must create a legitimate purpose.
Court deems agreements involving illegal activities such as drug distribution, fraud, or unlicensed professional services void or unenforceable.
Since enforcing such contracts would be against public policy, courts will not step in even if both parties agree to an illegal deal.
According to public policy considerations, contracts that promote detrimental behavior or unjustly restrict competition may likewise be unlawful.
Two people agree in writing to sell stolen electronics online and split the profits. Even though both parties agreed, the contract is void because the purpose is illegal and unenforceable. All 5 components, offer, acceptance, consideration, capacity, and legality, must be present for a contract to be enforceable.
The agreement may be defective or voidable and unenforceable in court if any one of these components is absent.
Knowing these components enable people and organizations to make wise choices and steer clear of conflict.
Understanding these 5 components is crucial to safeguarding your legal rights before signing any contracts.